Mary Brooks, RN, I QA in the Tishomingo office and the Broken Bow office. If you ever need to get a hold of me, my cell phone is 580-371-5110. And what I'm going to review today is the change of focus form and a physician's order. The change of focus form is used, well, just like it says, when you need to change your focus, an agency can easily document when a patient's primary diagnosis is resolved and another existing diagnosis becomes the focus of care. Say that you have a patient and their primary diagnosis was, I'm just using this as an example, the heart failure, but the patient all of a sudden has had to go to the emergency room and they've had an exacerbation of COPD, maybe given some oxygen and some new meds. So what you do is pull up this form, the change in focus form, and you can move the COPD diagnosis up to the primary diagnosis. Okay. Then scroll down and add just a little bit of information here on this patient. And what I put is patient was seen in the emergency room on 6/9/20 with an exacerbation of COPD. Patient was given oxygen, 2 liters per nasal cannula, PRN, and a new med, albuterol. Skilled nurse will increase the visits to twice a week for 2 weeks, once a week for 6 weeks. Patient requires instruction on the O2 use and the albuterol. Patient is to follow up in 1 week with the primary care physician. Okay, so what we need is some interventions and goals for the COPD. So you come down here to add new order. And I'm gonna pretend like this was the June 10th. And on summary title, you will put change of focus. Come here to plan of care orders. And this is how we'll put in a new intervention and goal.
That was pointing.
Okay. Go right here to skilled nurse ed order. Scroll down to respiratory.
Yeah.
Anyway, it will pull up this screen and it'll have the alteration in respiratory status. It has some information here. You can read over this also. If you need to delete a little bit of this, or if it doesn't apply to this patient or the situation that's going on, you can delete some of this information here. And then under intervention, check the COPD, skilled nurse to instruct patient regarding self-management program of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Also remember, whenever you're putting in interventions and goals, you can always come down here and check additional respiratory orders or whatever. You know, you can make up your own, you know, you don't have to choose one of these. And then you need to choose a goal for this patient. And if there is any medical necessity or homebound narrative related to this patient, you know, you can check those. And all of this let me show you how to do this. What? You have to get rid of all these little stars. And you can change some of this information if you need to. Make it patient specific. And then save and exit. And we come right here to the skill nurse frequency. Make sure you have the correct start date on the frequency. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a calendar now. And we're pretending that this is June 10th on this particular patient. So we're going to, we've seen the patient today on the 10th. And we've scheduled another visit for the 12th, the 16th, 19th. So we're going to see them 2 times a week for 2 weeks. Then we're going to decrease down to 1 time a week. So how you figure this frequency is you start from this date, just like if you were doing a resumption of care. You know, you don't go back up to the first day of the episode. You start here and it will be 2 a week, 2, 1 a week, 6. So you come back over here, you do 2 a week, 2, 1 a week, 6, and go ahead and put your 3 PRN visits in there, just in case you happen to have already used 1 or 2 of the PRN visits that earlier in the month. And if you want to write in here just a little bit of information about the patient, like that they were seen in the ER, new meds given, oxygen given, skilled nurse to instruct on O2 and albuterol. Then just sign, date, create the order. And this is whenever you fill out a change of focus form, it must be used within the first 30 days of the episode to update the focus of care for the second 30 days. And the change of focus forms and the OASIS assessments have equivalent weight as they relate to the claim. So it's very important. Okay.